cave was quiet, save for the distant drip of water echoing off the damp stone walls. The air was thick with the musky scent of dragon, a mix of smoke and warm scales, as the mated pair lay curled together in their nest of stolen gold and furs. Vareth, the larger of the two, a male with deep crimson scales that shimmered like embers in the dim light, shifted in his sleep, his tail twitching against his mate's flank. Silria, a sleek female with scales the color of twilight, nestled closer to him, her wings draped protectively over their shared hoard. It had been a peaceful night, or so they had thought. Neither had noticed the strange, leathery objects nestled among the gold until it was too late. The eggs were unlike anything they had ever seen, smooth, oblong, and faintly pulsating as if alive. They had not been there the night before. Dragons were territorial creatures, and neither Vareth nor Silria would have allowed such a foreign object into their den willingly. Yet there they were, two of them, half buried in the treasure, their surfaces glistening with a sickly sheen. Silria was the first to stir, her golden eyes flickering open as a faint, unnatural sound reached her ears. A soft, wet cracking. Her head lifted, nostrils flaring as she caught a scent that made her scales prickle, something acrid, something wrong. She nudged Vareth awake with a low growl. "Husband," she hissed. "Something is here." Vareth's eyes snapped open, his pupils narrowing to slits as he followed her gaze. The eggs had split open at the top, their fleshy petals peeling back like grotesque flowers. And from within, something moved. Before either dragon could react, two pale, spindly creatures launched from the eggs with terrifying speed. They were all limbs and thrashing tails, their elongated fingers splayed wide as they soared through the air. Silria roared, flames gathering in her throat, but the thing was upon her before she could unleash her fire. It latched onto her face with a wet slap, its tail coiling around her neck like a vice. Vareth bellowed in fury, surging forward to tear the creature off his mate, but the second one was already in the air. It struck him square in the snout, its fingers clamping over his jaws, forcing them shut. He thrashed, his claws raking at the thing, but its grip was iron. Silria was flailing beside him, her wings beating wildly as she tried to dislodge the parasite. Then the pain began. A searing, invasive agony shot through their faces as the creatures forced something down their throats. Silria gagged, her body convulsing as the Facehuggers ovipositor pulsed, depositing its vile cargo deep within her. Vareth's chest heaved, his muscles locking as the same violation was forced upon him. The dragon's roars turned to choked, wet gurgles as the creatures held firm, their bodies shuddering with the completion of their gruesome task. And then, as suddenly as they had attacked, the Facehuggers detached. Their work done, they crumpled to the stone floor lifeless. Silria collapsed, gasping, her throat burning. She retched, but nothing came up. Vareth staggered, his breath ragged, his claws digging into the rock beneath him. The cave was silent again, save for their labored breathing. What were those things? Vareth snarled, his voice hoarse. Silria shook her head, her wings trembling. "I don't know, but we must leave this place." But as they tried to stand, a deep, unnatural exhaustion washed over them. Their limbs felt heavy, their thoughts sluggish. Silria's vision blurred, and she slumped against the gold, her body refusing to obey. Vareth managed a few steps before his legs gave out, his massive form crashing to the ground. Darkness took them. When Silria awoke, her body felt wrong. Her scales ached, her belly swollen and tight against the cavern floor. She groaned, forcing herself up, her wings flaring for balance. The cave was dim, the torches they had lit the night before burned down to embers. Vareth lay nearby, still unconscious, his sides rising and falling in slow, uneven breaths. She looked down at herself. Her stomach was distended, round and heavy, pressing against her underbelly scales. A deep, rhythmic pulsing came from within, something moving beneath her flesh. Her breath hitched. No, this isn't possible. Dragons did not carry young this way. They laid eggs. This was something else. A sharp, stabbing pain made her gasp, her claws digging into the stone. Something shifted inside her, pressing outward. She could feel it, writhing, growing. "Vareth!" she shrieked, her voice echoing through the cave. Her mate stirred, his eyes flickering open. But as he tried to rise, a spasm racked his body. He coughed violently, his chest convulsing. Then, his eyes widened in horror. "Silria," he choked. "Something's inside me." His chest trembled. Then, beneath his scales, something moved. A bulge. Silria watched in mute terror as the skin over his ribs stretched, something pressing against it from within. A fetal kick. Vareth roared in agony as another spasm tore through him, his body arching off the ground. His claws scraped at his own chest, as if he could tear the thing out himself. Silria stumbled toward him, her own swollen belly making movement difficult. "We have to get it out," she cried. But even as she spoke, another pain ripped through her, sharper than before. She doubled over, a wet, tearing sensation spreading through her abdomen. Something was coming, and it was hungry.